In a quiet town, where the whispers of the past often lingered, there lived a woman named Amelia. To the outside world, she was a vibrant individual, filled with dreams and aspirations. Yet, beneath the surface lay a tumultuous ocean of pain, shaped by her experiences of trauma and survival. Amelia's journey began in her childhood, where innocence was stolen not once, but 7 times. Each incident carved deep scars in her heart and psyche, the most painful being the betrayal by her own brother, a violation that shattered the trust she had in her own family. In a world where safety should have been a given, Amelia found herself grappling with fear and confusion. As she grew older, the weight of her experiences often felt unbearable. She struggled with feelings of shame, anger, and isolation, believing that she had to carry the burden alone. Yet, amidst the darkness, a flicker of resilience began to emerge. Amelia sought solace in art, pouring her emotions onto the canvas. Painting became her refuge, a way to express the inexpressible. One day, while attending a community workshop on healing and empowerment, Amelia met a group of women who had faced similar traumas. Sharing their stories, they created a tapestry of strength and solidarity. For the first time, Amelia felt seen and understood. The realization that she was not alone ignited a fire within her, pushing her to reclaim her narrative. Determined to break the cycle of silence, Amelia began to speak out. She participated in support groups and workshops, sharing her story of survival and resilience. Each time she recounted her experiences, she felt a little lighter, as if shedding the weight of shame that had held her captive for so long. The act of sharing became a powerful catalyst for healing, allowing her to transform her pain into purpose. As Amelia embraced her journey, she also began advocating for others. She volunteered at local shelters and organizations that supported survivors of sexual violence. Through her work, Amelia met countless women who had endured similar horrors, and she became a beacon of hope for those still trapped in silence. She listened to their stories, offered support, and encouraged them to find their own voices. Despite the challenges she faced, Amelia worked tirelessly to educate others about the importance of consent and the impact of trauma. She organized workshops in schools and community centers, aiming to dismantle the stigma surrounding sexual violence. With each event, she created a safe space for open dialogue, empowering individuals to share their experiences and seek help. Amelia's journey was not without its struggles. There were days when the memories would resurface, leaving her feeling vulnerable and raw. Yet, she learned to lean on her support network of friends and fellow survivors. They reminded her that healing was not linear and that it was okay to have setbacks. Together, they celebrated each victory, no matter how small. Through her advocacy, Amelia also began to explore the concept of forgiveness, not as a means to absolve those who had hurt her, but as a way to liberate herself. She realized that holding on to anger only weighed her down further. In time, she found a sense of peace in letting go, allowing herself to move forward without the burden of resentment. As the years passed, Amelia transformed her pain into empowerment. She became a sought-after speaker, sharing her story at conferences and events, inspiring others to reclaim their lives. Her voice resonated with many, encouraging them to speak out against injustice and to embrace their own journeys of healing. In her heart, Amelia held the belief that every survivor's story mattered. She fought for a world where survivors could share their experiences without fear of judgment or retribution. Through her advocacy, she aimed to create an environment where conversations about consent and healing were normalized, paving the way for future generations to find strength in their voices. Ultimately, Amelia's journey was one of resilience, transformation, and empowerment. She proved that even in the face of unimaginable pain, it was possible to rise up, reclaim one's narrative, and become a beacon of hope for others. In becoming a survivor, Amelia not only healed herself, but also illuminated the path for those still navigating the shadows of their own trauma, reminding them that they were never alone in their fight for healing and justice. As Amelia continued her journey of healing and advocacy, she discovered new layers of strength within herself. Her experiences, once sources of shame, became powerful tools for connection and understanding. She delved deeper into the complexities of her trauma, seeking therapy and engaging in holistic practices like mindfulness and meditation. These practices allowed her to reconnect with her body and mind, fostering a sense of peace that had long eluded her. Amelia began to write a memoir, pouring her heart onto the pages, detailing not just the events of her past, but also the lessons she learned along the way. Writing became a cathartic release, enabling her to process her emotions and share her journey with a broader audience. She hoped that her story would reach those who felt isolated in their pain, letting them know that healing was possible. As her memoir took shape, Amelia also started a blog to share her insights, resources, and reflections on healing. The blog quickly gained traction, drawing readers from all walks of life who resonated with her words. She wrote about the importance of self-compassion, the power of community, and the necessity of advocating for oneself and others. Her authenticity and vulnerability struck a chord, and soon, her blog became a platform for others to share their stories as well. Through her writings, Amelia forged connections with other survivors and advocates across the globe. She collaborated with organizations that focused on mental health, sexual violence prevention, and survivor support, amplifying the voices of those who had been silenced. Together, they organized campaigns that sought to educate society about the realities of sexual violence and the necessity of believing and supporting survivors. One of Amelia's most impactful initiatives was the creation of a mentorship program for young women. She recognized that many adolescents faced immense pressure and confusion about relationships, consent, and self-worth. By pairing them with mentors who had experienced similar struggles, Amelia aimed to provide guidance, support, and encouragement. The program blossomed, with participants forming bonds that transcended their individual experiences. As her advocacy work expanded, Amelia also began to speak at universities, sharing her story with students and encouraging open discussions about consent, respect, and healthy relationships. She believed that education was a powerful tool in preventing future violence and empowering individuals to stand up for themselves and others. Each time she spoke, she created an atmosphere of safety, inviting students to share their thoughts and experiences. Despite the progress Amelia made, she faced challenges. There were moments when she encountered individuals who dismissed her experiences or questioned her journey. Yet, rather than allowing negativity to deter her, she used it as fuel to continue her work. Amelia understood that change often met resistance, and she remained steadfast in her mission to educate and empower. Through her healing and advocacy, Amelia also found love. A fellow advocate named James entered her life, someone who understood the nuances of trauma and the importance of healing. Their relationship blossomed slowly, built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, and understanding. James supported Amelia's work, encouraging her to continue sharing her story and advocating for others. Together, they attended events, volunteered, and became a formidable team in the fight for justice. Amelia's life transformed into a beautiful tapestry woven with threads of resilience, love, and purpose. She learned to celebrate her victories, both big and small, and to honor her journey. Each day brought new opportunities to connect with others, to inspire change, and to uplift those who felt lost in their pain. As she reflected on her past, Amelia realized that while she could not change what had happened to her, she could change how it defined her. She chose to live boldly, embracing her identity as a survivor and advocate. With every story shared, every workshop led, and every life touched, she felt a sense of fulfillment that reaffirmed her belief in the power of healing. Ultimately, Amelia became a symbol of hope and resilience, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, light could break through. She envisioned a world where survivors were believed and supported, where conversations about consent and healing were commonplace, and where every individual felt empowered to reclaim their narrative. In her heart, Amelia held a profound understanding. Survival was not just about enduring, it was about thriving, empowering others, and creating a legacy of strength and compassion. With every step she took, she paved the way for others to follow, illuminating the path toward healing, justice, and a future free from the shadows of trauma.